And we're back!
Hello.
Hello.
We left off in the middle of a really interesting scene, so whenever you're ready, Jenna.
Oh my god, Flynn.
God, I had to click in here again. There we go. Jenna's voice comes out muffled as I stagger back, grabbing my jaw. Ow. It feels like my brain is scraping the top of my skull. I just want to lay down and sleep. My knees go weak, and I can feel myself teetering backwards as if in slow motion. For some reason, it's like I'm expecting some nice, cool water to greet my backside. That tipping sensation sticks with me, and I realize I'm not actually falling.
Flynn. 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 Flynn.
Leo's shout keeps repeating, and each time it's getting quieter and more distorted than before. You hold... Actually, this is you, Seb.
Okay. You hold your paw up in front of your face. You actually do it. You move. Huh?
I didn't do that.
Kids in front of you are just all red blurs.
I just want to lay down.
Don't. There's a black and orange figure in front of you. Don't let the lizard hurt him again. You're shouting, not from inside. Outside.
Alan, I'm confused.
Yeah.
Was the one text me?
I think this is actually you instead of... Because that is not Sam's
Yeah,
text, if
that
I
was
remember
gonna say. Alright, so rewind. Let's do
Okay.
this right.
Okay. So we'll start from the beginning. Leo's shout keeps repeating, and each time it's getting quieter and more distorted than before.
You hold your paw up in front of your face, and you actually do it. You move.
I didn't do that.
The kids in front of you are all just red blurs.
I just want to lay down.
Don't. There's a black and orange figure in front of you.
Don't let the lizard hurt him again.
You hear shouting, not from inside, outside. The blurred group isn't looking at you anymore.
Out.
Is it me?
I don't know. Oh, no, I know who that is. That
Is this
is,
what I think
fuck, what's his
Jackson?
name?
Jackson?
No, it's not.
Ringtail.
It's definitely
Jackson.
not Jackson. I'm trying to remember.
Cat
Clint.
boy, right?
Clint is his name. Clint. He's the polecat from Leo's route. The bully, childhood bully that Leo beats the hell out of a lot. I think, Seb, you may have voiced Clint at one point, but I'm just gonna, for your own sake, Seb, I'm going to take Clint for now.
Okay.
I don't care! I don't care anymore, you squeaks! A cracking voice comes from outside. If I had to guess, it sounds like it's coming from down the block. Everyone but Flynn is peering out a small window near the door. The Gila, however, is still staring at me. His eyes look like they're shaking in their sockets. I think this is still them. Oh, Lord, my Lord, good Lord! Oh, how you test me so!
No, that's Duke.
Oh, that is Duke. Well, Matt's not here for Duke, so... I fall upon my knees and ask you where to go!
What's going on?
Crazy people.
Carl tries to peer past the bulk of Leo to see where the commotion is going from. My head is still reeling from Flynn's punch. He's never hit me before. Well, never seriously. He was never the sort to get into a physical fight growing up. Usually he'd just stomp off and sulk if something truly upset him. But now he doesn't look like he's budging.
It's Clint.
Ah, it's all Clint.
Oh, my bad.
What is he yelling at?
God?
Leo looks over his shoulder, peering at me.
You okay, Otter?
I feel heaven's call in every canyon's edge. Just past the overlook window. Or at the bottom of the well, all tied up with a kedge. I feel myself backing up. It's like how I felt on the roller coaster, strapped in on the chain lift. What's happening to me?
Chase?
Flynn begins to follow.
Flynn, you stay right there or I'll beat your ass. Double hard, yeah?
Leo, for God's sake, all of you, stop.
Where are you going?
I make a sound. I think I say home, but it comes out rather garbled.
You can't keep running away from this shit.
TJ squints, his nose pressed against the window pane.
He's holding something. Yeah.
I keep stepping back, my legs feeling like they're vibrating. My movements are abrupt and jerky. I manage to get into the hallway and approach a door covered with caution tape. A placard denotes it as the reading room. I grasp the handle, and I have to give it a hard shove before it budges. The door is heavy. I'm nearly overwhelmed by the musty smell from the inside. The corner of the room is completely stained from brain damage, and the roof is boarded up. There was an exit here, but it's gone now. Why do I know that? I stare at the little section of wall where the old wooden door used to be. A small picture of a group of quail crossing a dried wash is in its place. As I move to leave, I notice the door won't budge. Its heart stuck in place, locked. A sharp crack rings out from somewhere outside, followed by the quick scurrying of feet upon the carpeted floor of the lobby. A gunshot. I try the door again, more fervently, hoping I'm just pulling a Carl here and pulling when I should be pushing. Still nothing. Fuck. More shots ring out, this time accompanied by a dull thud and the sound of stucco being shattered. Those ones hit the building. I get down on the floor, my heart pounding. It feels like I'm moving in slow motion, even with the adrenaline pumping through my veins. What the hell's wrong with me? I hear the front door open, followed by more scurrying upon carpet. Why the hell are they running outside? I hear an engine start, then the splaying of gravel as what sounds like Leo's van drives off. They left me. Even Leo? I crawl on the floor, making my way toward the corner of the room. I pinch myself, trying to snap out of this strange malaise. I can hear the occasional shout from out of the street, but it's all gibberish now. Leaning back against the wall, I rub my throbbing temples. Tweakers. Couldn't have showed up at a better time. I try to listen to see if the shouting is getting closer, but it's difficult to tell. If that really is Clint, this is really out of character for him. He never was really the singing type. Screaming about squeaks, yes, but singing, no. Looking around, it seems like most of the old books and such have been taken off the shelves and put in assorted boxes to prevent water damage. Having lived here my whole life, I've never actually been inside here. That feels like quite a feat, knowing I've covered damn near every other square inch of town. There's a few binders and booklets near my side, with titles like Colville Stormwater Drainage Plan, 1999, and Drought Resistant Plant Guide. Next to them, there's what looks like to be some kind of unopened canister of fumigation stuff. I reach down to grab it when I notice the fur on my arm. It's wriggling? couple brown strands of fur seem to bounce back and forth, and I become cognizant that my arm has been tingling for a while now. Glancing past my fingertips, I see this beige mass near the end of my foot. By the way, if Matt does pop in for some reason tonight, tell him to not listen.
Oh.
And that's when I see the legs. A blonde tarantula, about an inch away from the tips of my toes. Ugh! My throat closes in on itself before I can fully scream. I blink, writhing back. Next thing I know, it's on my chest. It moves faster than I can see. Its pittering feet, legs, moving, feeling like they're all over me. I grab the edges of my shirt, trying to fling it off, but it's all on my neck. I slap at it, feeling the squish and hearing a very light, quick clicking squeak. The edge of my neck begins to burn, and I pull back my paws to inspect my palm. There is no tarantula. Instead, I see the 8 razor-thin legs and black abdomen. On the abdomen, there's a splotchy pigmentation of red, the number 8. My pulse quickens when I realize it's an hourglass. Black Widow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I look down at my arms again and realize that it isn't just my fur moving. There's little red and black specks everywhere. No! I tear at my own shirt, jumping to keep my knees and trying to keep bat at the seemingly infinite number of spindly fanged arachnids. Each time I bat my arms, feeling their guts cover more of my paw pads and fur, until it feels like my paws are wet. It's not just my arms anymore. They're inside my shirt, my shorts, my face. I try plugging my nose, keeping my muscles shut as I roll on the floor, not daring to open my mouth to scream. I fling my shirt off, then pull off my shorts. I feel the webbing of a nest that I sat upon on the fabric of my shorts, hoodles of the baby and not so baby spiders calling out. Naked, I manage to scramble my feet and run to the other side of the room. I tear at my own fur, pulling out spider-filled clumps in the process with such ferocity that the skin beneath bleeds. I pull and pull, my vision blurred from my own fear-induced weeping. The needle-shot sensation of when they bite is the worst part. It doesn't hurt as much as I thought it would, but I can feel it every time, over and over again. I pull a large one off my face and throw it to the ground. A scruff of fur and some of my goatee going with it. Dancing up and down, I start to shake the remaining ones off, but they cling incessantly. Trying to pull each one off is impossible. They're too fast. Sometimes I only manage to grab a few legs or the thick abdomen, and the rest of them remain embedded in my fur. Spider blood isn't green or red like it is in video games or movies. It's this faint blue kind of color. And it feels like it's all over me. I take rapid, short breaths, each one more strained than the last. My whole body shakes. I can't tell whether there's symptoms of panic or the venom itself. I try the door again, pulling and pushing as hard as I can before throwing myself at it. Nothing happens. I kick at it like they do in the movies. Nothing happens. I'm stuck, trapped, and I can see the spiders everywhere. Even after getting most of them off, they're all over the floor, the walls, the ceiling, and my clothes. I retreat to the dampest, water-stained corner of the room. The staining is so bad that it looks like it's been burned black. Spiders don't like most areas. I remember reading about that, at least. I continue to pick at my fur, even after I think they're all gone. I can still feel them. I can also feel my muscles around my neck and shoulders begin to cramp. My stomach feels like it's twisted inside out, and it isn't long before I get the sensation of hot bile rising up in my throat. The rough edges of the morning's rice treat scrape my insides. I reel forward as it all comes spewing out of my mouth. I can't breathe. It burns so much. I try to call out for help, but every time I open my mouth, it's just more vomit. There's another black widow climbing up my leg, but I can't focus enough to swat at it. Each breath I take is blubbering, like acid is going straight into my lungs. I just need someone to help me. I clench my eyes shut tight, and when I open them, everything's different. The modern bookshelves and electronic equipment are replaced with all this old-timey crap I can't make out. But I can see it. Past the big wooden chair, a door. How the hell? Puking has slowed to a trickle from the edges of my mouth, but my insides still burn. I managed to push myself off the wall, stepping upon creaky floorboards that weren't there a minute ago. I stumble past old wagon wheels and piles of what appear to be Bibles. Eventually, I reach it. The light. The door is already open ajar, so I just push. And it doesn't budge. No! Why? Why won't it open? I sink down to the floor, half collapsing as my knees start to give out. Help! I finally managed to croak out. This is you, Seb.
Good lord.
I managed to turn my head in the direction of the voice. A blurry figure now stands in the room, his voice one of shock.
Professor Tibbets.
I can't tell if he's looking at me or past me. This is you, Seb.
Cliff.
And this is still you, Seb.
And just like that, he's gone. Room, though. The room is still here. It's all red, like before. I feel compelled to stand up. My legs won't budge. Just can't. Everything hurts. Took my eyes down. Black widow that was crawling up me earlier is now a blonde tarantula. Why? Why is this happening?
Someone. I think this is actually me, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think straight. I just want to go home. Leo! Mom! Help! I miss home. God, I wish I was home. I hate this. Why won't anyone help? Why'd they all leave me? Why can't I get out?
Useless.
No! Don't tell me that!
Just die already.
I'm not gonna die! I'm not... The cramping in my muscles is the most intense I've ever felt. It's like the flesh itself is being peeled from the bone, each nerve ending plucked like whiskers. The tarantula is on my face now, on the tip of my nose. I can see all of its eyes, and in those eyes I see the reflection of my own. The dusty blonde hair begins to shift, dissolving into the darkness contrasted with neon orange markings. And then it becomes nothing. I close my eyes and wait.
I say we find him.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to hear what Seb's choosing.
And what is that? Findheim? Yeah.
Okay, that's good enough. It's you, Seb.
Okay. Dead.
Wrong voice.
Yeah, it's you, just the wrong one.
Ah, okay. I sling the bow over my shoulder and set my quiver down on the little yellow plastic table next to me. It's got a little cubby holder in the center meant for storing crayons and shit, but I haven't used that in a long time. I approach the target and tear off the photograph I printed at the school's library. I remember the librarian giving me quite the look about it. Not that I was going to explain to her what I was for. Right between his turban, though. Not bad for 150 feet. I smile, holding it up, seeing sunlight shine through the hole. It's at the moment, though, that I start feeling a bit silly. Who the fuck am I kidding? Nobody's gonna kill this guy with a bow. I'll blast him into 100 pieces with a weaponized UAV. Also, they don't let squeaks in the military. Still, my uncle will dig this. He can hang it up in the garage next to the 100 and 120 feet, 5 feet ones. He's been trying to get me to practice more with the 22, but I like the bow better. It's quiet, so I don't gotta worry about the county sheriff getting called again. And not that I'd ever admit it, but I fucking hate the noise. I think I got sensitive ears or something. Kyle was just telling me to just use a silencer, like that's how it fucking works. Dude's gotta grow up on dumb movies and video games, have no clue how the real world works. His place, at least, is pretty far away from any houses beside my own. I think I've only ever seen one other non-friend slash family person out here, and that was Heather's mom, stoned off her ass. None of the group really into this stuff, so it's pretty eye when I'm wanting to be alone. I fold up the picture, stuffing it into the side pocket of my cargo pants. I walk back to the firing line, taking hold of my quiver once again. Draw my bow, readying another arrow. About to fire though, this nearby rumbling sound starts coming from the road up a mile north. It sounds like someone is going off-roading, and I squint past the glare of the afternoon sun and spot the pale blue of a truck heading in my direction. Through the windshield, I spot a familiar small tufted face. What the hell? I drop my gear, watching the vehicle accelerate and decelerate haphazardly. Shitbird, what are you doing? The truck pulls up and comes up to an abrupt halt. I step up to the driver's side window, about to chastise the furry bastard, but the look on his face stops me. I don't see any sort of jest or self-satisfied mischief as the kid steps out. Just shaken, wide-eyed blankness. Whoa, the hell's going on, dude?
Flynn, can you come with me?
He's acting weird as hell. Why?
Please?
I sigh. Yeah, scoot over. No way I'm letting someone even younger drive me around. Just a sec. Gonna grab my gear so nobody steals it. City just nods. I turn, walking back to grab my cooler, bow, and quiver. I'm guessing his folks are being fuck again. Still, he's gonna get his hide tanned for jacking their truck. Throw my equipment in the truck bed before opening the driver's side door. Sydney's already sitting on the passenger side. I notice his eyes, the way they look all bleary pink and round the edges. He's been crying, goddamn. Wanna tell me what's up? Sydney says nothing. You ain't been killing hookers again, have you? I know the bitches step out of line sometimes, and you gotta keep your pimp hand strong, but there are limits, little guy. I smirk at him. Just looks down in between his knees, cupping his face in his paws. I'm not helping, am I? I clear my throat. Well, shit. At least tell me where you were going. City rubs his face with his webbed paws. Finally, he lifts his head and speaks. We step around damp sticks and bramble before eventually reaching the clearing. Cindy seems to get more nervous every step we take, muttering something about being tough and every now and then. I decided a while ago I wasn't gonna pry, but I feel myself getting increasingly nervous. What the hell are we doing all the way out here? Eventually, he comes to a stop and points past some bushes. I can see what looks like rusted metal past the green. I raise a brow at him before stepping through. I see him, and my gut sinks. Part of me wondered what could have possibly made Sydney act like this, and the thought crossed my mind, but I didn't want to believe it. He's laying down in an awkward pose, legs bent up and tucked beneath the front bumper of the abandoned van. At first I think his mouth is open, but then I realize half his jaw is missing, a clear hole visible all the way through his neck. I can see where the spine connects the brain and everything. Blood is so dark it's like motor oil. The words catch in my throat. I'm gonna be sick. You're crying from beside me and I know he's there. I know he's seeing this too. Oh, okay. Wow. Wow? Really? What did you...
I didn't kill him.
Then he steps up to me, a surge of emotion upon his previously blank face.
I didn't. I swear.
Spot the rifle next to the corpse. It's a .22 long barrel, a really awkward weapon to try to kill yourself with due to its length. I turn the sight of it, making me feel like I'm about to lose my breakfast. Are you sure? I wouldn't blame you if you did.
I didn't.
His shrill
What
yell
a
catches...
comment to make.
Yeah.
You sure you didn't kill him?
Well, I mean,
Shrill
that's the
yell-
thing is, everyone knows that Sydney's dad was not a good dad.
I know, but it's just a funny comment to make. It's like, are you positive you didn't kill him? Like, don't get me wrong. 6 shots to the back of the head, suicide is a little confusing to me.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, it's about the fact that it was the 22 gauge that basically was somehow he killed himself with, which, like, we know from the earlier flashback, from Sydney's point of view, that is what the dad was trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hey guys, I got good news.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Sydney's dad is dead.
yeah, he's super dead.
Also, we're playing as Flynn now.
Mm-hmm.
Just for this scene, theoretically.
Theoretically.
His shrill yell catches me off guard and I nearly lose my nerve. Oh, okay. He took you out here and shot himself.
We were arguing, and he saw the van and started acting weird.
His voice is much higher pitched than it usually is. Sydney always puts on his fake gravelly sort of cadence to sound, though, tough. He doesn't have any of that now, just sounds like any other scared little kid.
He left me, then came back an hour later with his gun. He said he wanted me to watch him do it.
He looks like he's about to hyperventilate. He covers his face with his forearms, whimpering aloud.
My head hurts.
I take him by the shoulders and turn him away from the scene. Let's take you back to the truck, eh? I believe you. Cindy's dad was a weird motherfucker. Real grinny, like TJ's folks, but even more completely fucking fake. We all used to go to the same church down in Prior Valley, so he treated me like I was one of them. As of late, though, he's been acting really strangely toward me. I always wondered if my parents told him something. Fucking doesn't matter now, does it? Let's sit you back down in the truck, okay? It's warm in there. Sydney just nods. We reach the truck and I start noticing little things that make my heart sink. The pack of Sydney's dad's chewing gum on the dashboard. His fish bait pro game bumper sticker. The Alpine wind air freshener that dangles from the rearview mirror. All of this shit for a person who's just gone. Put the keys in the ignition and turned on the heater and the radio.
Oh my god. The fucking radio station that I'm hearing is the goddamn country one from Route 65.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful.
But stop.
All that the antenna picks up is out here is some twangy country stuff. I step around the truck bed and unzip the plastic cooler I've got. I ate all the jerky from earlier, and all that's left is a couple lemon-lime sodas. Take one and hand it to Sydney. Here, drink this. His parents never let him have soda. Sort of expect him to just hold it and keep staring at it. I head blankly, but he actually pops the top and starts glugging it down. There's more in the back if you get thirsty.
They're gonna think I did it, aren't they?
Who will?
Everyone. They think I'm a monster.
I open my mouth to dismiss that. The more I think about it, the more suspicious it all looks. Not that I doubt Sydney for a fucking second. He wouldn't lie to me about something serious like this. The cops? Dude, Sydney. The angle of the gunshot. He looks up at me, his big eyes welling up. It looks bad, like he couldn't have.
I didn't want him to do it. I tried, and I tried, and I tried. I talked to him for hours. I kept trying to pull it away. He wouldn't listen to me. He just kept talking.
I resist the urge to muffle him as he begins to scream, looking around nervously. I don't think many people come to this part of the state land. Instead, I place a hand on his back, rubbing gingerly. It's okay. It's okay.
I thought if I yanked hard enough.
Snot dribbles from his nose, which he wipes quickly on his jacket. He just shakes his head.
It fired.
Fuck. I feel my gut twisting at the prospect of what I'm about to do. It's like my insides have gone cold, as if the thermal padding in my clothing was gone. I'll take care of it.
What do you mean?
I'll, bury him. If anyone asks, you can say you were hunting down the pass a couple of miles from here and he stormed off.
Will anyone believe that?
More so than what really happened. My tone comes out more curt than I intended, as Cindy begins to bawl again. I don't want to cry too. I squeeze Sydney's shoulder before letting go. As I turn and head back to the van, it's like this physical sense of dread is hugging me the closer I get. What fucking else can I do here? Turn Sydney into the cops? I wouldn't understand, even his mom wouldn't. She'd probably blame me as the bad influence that I caused this shit to happen. As I near the abandoned van, I try not to look at the body. Just gotta find a good spot to start digging. There's 2 pinyon trees at the bottom of a nearby hill that are surrounded by thick undergrowth. I'll have to do. I just wish I had a shovel. Regardless, I begin to dig. And dig and dig and dig. Pull mounds upon mounds of soil with my bare hands. Worms, spiders, and other sorts of creepy crawlies that probably make Chase freak out are everywhere. My hands start to feel raw, and I notice smears of blood on some of the soil I'm holding after a while. Can't stop now, this is already too suspicious. Hours pass. My aunt and uncle probably wondering where I am. I don't know what I'm gonna tell them. The truth? No. I just sneak in, act like I'm taking a shower and change my clothes, then wash them when I get the chance. I think I finally get it deep enough, though my arms are numb as hell, all hell. I glance up at the hill and see the very edge of Sydney's dad's foot. Just need to get it over with. Quick tug and haul and we'll be home free. I don't move. I just keep staring at it. Like it'll start twitching or something and I'll hear his voice ask me what I'm doing. It's just so still. Like a rock. Empty. It reminds me of the upside-down cockroaches that I find in the garage all the time. Just empty husks once contained life, and now just a shell. I'm overcome with the notion that I really, really don't want to die. Eventually, without even realizing it, I managed to get my legs working again. I grasped the foot. As I pulled down the slope, it doesn't bend like I thought it would. Each movement of the joints crackles with this horrible sound. Try to think of anything else to keep myself from throwing up. Gourmet salads, fishing trips, barbecues, my friends. The husk falls into the makeshift grave. First time I see his eyes. He's looking at me. Right at me. I always thought that looking at a dead person's eyes would be like seeing someone who is looking through you. No. It's like he's focused on me. Fuck. Are you? Looked down at Sydney's dad expectantly. No response. One of his arms is sticking up, frozen in rigor. It's too tall. Can stick out of the topsoil. It blew away. Take a deep breath and step down on it. Crunches like a bunch of dried twigs. Jump back. Fuck. Scurry up the hill and grabbing the rifles, shell casings, and dead duck for good measure. Toss it all into the pit, feverishly covering it with dirt. And to that point I notice Sydney standing nearby, crouching up onto a tree like he's afraid he'll blow away. His brown cheek fur is matted with tears, and he wrings his heavy tail like a wet cloth. Make sure to cover the face as fast as possible. Though I still think Sydney saw it. Wonder if he thought the eyes were looking at him too. I scooped the last full mounds of dirt on top, wiping the blood off my jacket. I'm panting. Sonny looks from the grave to me. He opens his mouth, pauses, and quietly mutters.
Thanks, Flynn.
I don't know what to say. Yeah. I nod for some reason. I managed to look him straight in the eyes this time. Where do we go from here? Something happens. It's something on his face. It's like he's not himself.
We'll be okay. We're tough. None of this matters.
It's still you, Seb.
Okay. Van jostles and teeters as it careens down the dirt road before the turn off to Wilma Bend. All this bumping and speeding is making my head hurt something fierce all of a sudden.
Leo, slow down.
The Red Wolf just keeps looking over his shoulder as he drives, as if afraid he'll see Clint sprinting behind us. Turn up here.
Your place?
Yeah, it's closest.
Can't believe we left Chase behind.
I told you, he bolted out the back door the first chance he got.
Sam?
Sorry, I got distracted. I was watching TikTok. I didn't know City Hall had a back door.
There's silence for a moment. I say nothing.
I guess I should be Carl, since...
Yeah.
I've
Aries
never
has
seen
the-
him get like that before.
Who? Enter Chase.
Shut up, Flynn.
Fuck you. Feel a pinch in the back of my neck, Jenna having grasped me hard.
Enough.
Firmly grasp it.
I'm serious.
Reel forward, managing to wriggle free. Okay. Leo just snarls at the feral turd dirt he is. Despite all this raging earlier, Leo actually looks a bit conflicted. Leo pulls up into the driveway. As the van stops, he's already out, storming out his way to the door.
I need to piss.
It's locked. Leo turns the front door handle, and to my surprise, it opens up and steps right in. Or not. I step outside, stretching my limbs. There's not much room in Leo's mommy missile for someone like me. My mind's still buzzing, trying to comprehend everything that just happened. Chase, that fucker. To think I'd been fantasizing about him nonstop for the past goddamn week like a horny 14-year-old. Sabotaged the whole thing, making me look like some kind of calculated sadistic rapist. And nobody else noticed that when his face changed. Every time. DJ and Jenna passed along beside me, both looking a mix of wary and exhausted. I wonder how much of his shit they believed. They're so gullible to bullshit coming from a whimpering face after all. Carl follows suit, clutching his phone in his paws, but not looking at it. Maybe not all of them, though. I shut the car door and head in. I enter the dry...
Before you get into that, I have some bad news for you, Seb. Good news for me. You're the protagonist for the rest of this route, fucker.
Yeah! Fucking sick.
Dude, Chase is, I think, like, dead.
Well, I mean, theoretically speaking.
Oh, there's Harry.
I mean, I've been here the entire time. I just muted myself. Theoretically speaking, mostly because I was, like, coughing and hacking, and I didn't want people to hear that. Theoretically speaking, as I was saying, the only time we've seen Sam transfer from one person to the other was a head-popping experience.
No, don't explain that, because they don't know.
That was in
In 1
TJ's
ear,
route.
out the other.
Oh, okay, wait, in TJ's...
That was in TJ's route.
No,
there was a moment earlier.
Hold
I'm
on.
talking
Get on the
about
floor.
when...
I want to say,
I'm going to point out something to you. Harry, let me get this quickly.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about with
No, just
Sydney's
wait.
dad.
I'll be right back. I need to go to the restroom. I'll still be able to hear, most likely.
Okay. Okay. So, y'all remember in TJ's route how when they were staring at the no, I'm just never mind, it's fine.
Yeah, no. That's the thing about having gone ahead. It's real hard to play and remember where you learn certain tidbits.
Well, it doesn't matter. All that matters is Chase is dead.
Yep.
That's what we all wanted, and now that that's happened,
Yeah,
we
you
can
guys
all
have been
live
wanting that
happily.
since TJ's route. And now I get to reap the sweet benefits. I don't have to fucking voice shit if I don't want to now.
Well, it's still Carl.
I mean, do I have to be Carl, though? I could still hand him back to you.
I fucking guess.
Alright, so I wanted to check with you guys, though. Do you guys want to try and continue on for like the last 15 minutes that we have, or do you want to call it here and kind of discuss what has been going on?
If we
I
only
will
have 15
keep
minutes,
going.
let's just push forward.
Well, it depends. Story-wise, this is a good stopping point.
That's
you know
why
the
I was
story
thinking.
on. If we're gonna suddenly ramp up the story and have it,
Wow.
then let's call it here.
I mean, personally, I
I
don't
will
care.
forego sleep to continue.
Well, so the thing is, I'm going to just point this out. There's like a good maybe 4 hours left, in my opinion.
Oh my.
Oh. Then let's stop here, because we've been on it for like, what, 3 hours? Almost?
Yeah. 'Cause
Maybe
remember,
2.5.
The hysteria has only just started, so...
Fine.
It's okay, Seth.
I'm interested now.
We'll do it next week. Just be here next week.
So
Yeah, you remember like the 3-hour rant I had with you, Alan?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I want to have that with everybody.
No, I'm not doing it. I'll give you half an hour.
Look, when I'm like, when it's 3 in the morning and I am exhausted and like sitting in a box by myself, you're not getting a half hour.
Look, I'm always usually up, even especially when I'm at work and no one else is up. So always hit me up, be like, Sam, I need a rant.
It's happened a few times.
It has, and I'll just leave you and start doing other stuff. And I'll go,
That's just
The only-
how you listen to Harry. That's a skill you have acquired.
Because,
now.
like, look, I
Yeah.
have learned, I think it's from, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Mhm.
That picture of the guy smoking with, around, like, a bunch of crazed or he's looking crazy around, like, a bunch of rednecks. That's how I am when I'm left alone in a confined space for an extended period of time.
And there is no Pepe Silva.
No, I'm just required to, like, exude myself into something. Which, funny enough, Alan, I've actually come up with a significant battle strategy in my years and years of planning. However, there is one thing that I'm slightly concerned of. However, off of brainstorming, and by brainstorming I mean bouncing my ideas off myself because nobody else will, I have come up with a solution. It is extensive. It's a little bit crazy, but it will work, probably.
Alright, should we wrap up this episode?
yes.
Yeah,
Probably.
probably should.
Alright, let's say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
I do not need sleep. I need answers.